You ever had to hold your hairstylist baby for 12 hours while she did your hair? Man, let me tell y'all what happened. So I booked this girl to do some boho braids, bob length in my hair for my birthday. And when I walk in, I see a baby on the floor in a car seat. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna say no, I ain't gonna trip. Cause maybe, somebody's gonna come pick the baby up. Child, was I wrong. So after about 15 minutes of her starting and stopping on my hair to keep the baby from crying, she's trying to feed the baby, give the baby pacifier. Nothing is working. So I'm like, you know what? Let me help her because I'm gonna be in here forever if I don't help with this baby. So some time passes and I'm not gonna lie, after about an hour and a half, I'm like, okay, is somebody coming to get this baby? That's what I'm thinking. I guess not. She talked to this dude on the phone. She was flirting with him and everything. And I'm like, okay, maybe he like, okay, I'm finna pull up and get the baby. Child, I guess that wasn't his baby, but that ain't none of my business. So after about 2.5 hours, I figure, you know what? I'm finna be holding this baby for this whole time because if you put her down, she's gonna cry. So I'm finna be holding her this whole time. So I expect, a discount for this because I didn't sign up for this. You didn't tell me prior that you were gonna be having a baby here while I get my hair done. But I made a mistake by assuming that she was gonna discount me because, baby, when it came time to pay that price, she asked for full price. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? You already took 12 hours to do this bob and I had to hold your baby. I paid her her money and she ain't never seen me again, child. It's one thing to be skilled, but where's the professionalism?
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Thank you guys as always for joining me for another video. And I know it's been a minute, y'all, but life has been life, and spring break was in full effect. So, we had to do things with the kids. I don't know how y'all feel about spring break, and I know this ain't got nothing to do with the video, but I feel like spring break is like a prelude to summer. It lets me know what I need to do with my kids because I promise you, I wanted to record videos, but I spent so much time just watching them through the camera to see, like, you do like a little hour away, watch them in the camera, see if they could do it. I was like, no, y'all got to have something to do for this summer because spring did not work out the way I thought it was. But I hope you guys had an amazing spring break if you did for yourself, your kids, or however it works. I don't know, where you're watching from, but here in at least Florida in the United States, we do have spring break and the kids out typically for about a week. So when I tell you they keep me running, I was so happy there was no school buses or kids on the road because schools are closed. But when I tell you, just having my kids, anywho, anyway, enough chit chatting. Today's video is about horror stories, hair horror stories. When you go and you spend your good money, your good coin to go get your hair did, you got the style, send it to a stylist, and you like, this is what I envision. Tell me what I need to buy because this is what I'm going for. And then you get it done, and as you're sitting there that something just ain't right. You just feel in your soul because a lot of times they ain't gonna let you look. But what you felt is usually what's right. But if you feel like something's not right, ask them to go to the bathroom. If they don't let you go to the bathroom, or they don't show you no mirror, or you go to the bathroom, ain't no mirrors, it's usually a sign that it's not going well. So we're gonna watch a couple videos to see how they handled it. Was it truly a horror story? We're gonna get in the comments and we're gonna talk about it. Make sure y'all liking, commenting, and sharing. I do have more time right now because the kids are at school. Thank you. But yeah, guys, so let's get into the videos. Be sure, like I said, like, comment, and share all the good things. Yeah, let's just get into it.
Ever since Queens, tell me why I've been in here. Y'all know I'm getting ready for my birthday, right? Tell me why I've been in here since yesterday at 10 o'clock p.m.
10
It's
o'clock p.m.
8:01. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to talk about this. So you know that place in Harlem where they say um any size, any style 180? That's not true. Why is nobody talking about that's not true? First of all, this they had me the other salon had me I don't even know where to start from. I just want to say I love Africans. So the lady that does my hair, she been doing it for 18 years, and I'm cheating on her. That's why when you
Oh,
cheat on
cheap.
your stylist, that's what happens, right? Africans are so rude,
Is Lay
so
doing your hair?
rude. I'm gonna do a story time later when my hair is done.
Hold on, y'all. So wait a minute. She's actually getting her hair done and complain while she's in the chat. Girl, you was a bad one, because when I tell you, I'd have just been sitting there looking crazy. So I'm wondering, did she get her hair redone? Or is this while, is this video while she's actually getting her hair done? Let's listen to it, see what's going on. So this is the part 2 that's coming up to hear what actually happened.
So this is my hair, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all a better picture of it later. I just don't feel like it because this is not birthday. This is not giving birthday. This is not what I had planned to get for my birthday. So yesterday I arrived. I had scheduled a 10 o'clock appointment, 10 o'clock p.m. last night. The address is 410 East 125th Street. That one, that's the location I went to. It was basically a mohawk. I'm gonna show it right here where the clip was. 40 in the morning.
Wow, that's a lot of hours.
The worst experience ever. I told him just take it out. She kept trying to fix what she kept doing. Like, I hate when a stylist, they could do something and they can't do it. I said, if you can't do this, I said it loud. I said it about 3 times. My girlfriend was like, yeah, you aggressive. Yeah, I'm not that good. I'd be quiet in the chair and go out and cry in their motherfucking car. I'm not. Okay? I'm like, just take it down. I don't like it. Just take it down. They are so... And I just want to say this. Africans... Now, I just want to say this. Don't get offended, y'all. They are so rude. So disgusting. I'm used to just the African place I've been going to for 18 years. And why I didn't go to them, I was being cheap, and this is what happens. But it looked so stupid, and she gotta tell me, oh, it looked nice, it looked nice. I'm looking at my girlfriend like, no, take it out. I'm like, I know. But I said, why are you lying to me, telling me it looked good? Would you wear this outside? I said, you know what, you would. What African you know that got hair, number one? They are combing my hair so hard with what's the tiny comb called? The tiny comb? Rat tail comb. Why are you combing? I am black. Why are you combing my hair with a rat tail comb? So I leave that place. I told her, you know what? I'll be back. I think I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I went to the other one. And I started my hair. As soon as I walked in, I started my hair. They didn't care about what I just went through at the other salon. They did not care. I was trying to tell them they did not care. You hear me? I didn't that was a waste of time. But anyways, the girl I did my hair was a young girl, and she braided my thoughts together. Do you hear me? This joint hurt so bad. How do knotless hurt? And they didn't have no human hair. First of all, it's not 180 any length and any style. That's a lie. And then I'm telling her, why y'all got it promotion all over social media if y'all wasn't doing that. On top of the butt is 180. Over the butt, under the butt, it's $40 extra. $40 extra. We paid $220 for this. Is not what I wanted for my birthday. It looks so plain. Like, I'm just not really satisfied. But I'm gonna make what it do, baby. Because my girlfriend got a surprise for me for my birthday, and I'm gonna beat my face. And it is what it is. But it's just the fact that Africans are so rude. They do not care. Nobody's never gonna stop going to today's establishment, and they know that, and we gotta still keep going there, but they are so rude and nasty, and they stink, and I'm just over it. I'm just gonna stick to my Africans, and that's it. But don't listen to what the internet, these creators, you know what I want to say, y'all, to these big creators, F y'all, okay? Because y'all lying. And and the lady told me that because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to... You would think since I've been there all night and all day that they'll hurry up and do my hair and have multiple girls on my hair. She said that the creators pay for multiple people in their hair to rush it. So the creators lied about that. Not everybody's not doing their hair. You have to pay all the Africans to braid your hair like that. So Bohemian, whatever the boho braids, they are $240, you guys. $240. And those are 2 places that I went to, so they was not lying. It's $240. Okay, this was $220 because there wasn't no things in it. A horrible experience. I'm tired. I still didn't get no sleep. It's 4:32, and I'm just getting home.
Wow. Okay, so a couple things here. So the African braid shops are open 24 hours, I'm assuming, because I don't know that I know of any place here, at least in Florida, I don't know of any place that you can go to at 10 o'clock in the morning and still be getting your hair braided at 8 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock at night and getting your hair braided at 8 o'clock in the morning. That is something to be said. But I honestly, if we're talking about the prices, I think, look, I've seen people pay thousands of dollars for braids. I don't understand it, but I don't think that's bad for 200 and whatever she said it was. And I do understand that after, whatever, people will give you a price for you to come in. Her hair did not look bad, but I get it. If that's not what you wanted, then that's not what you wanted. But then at the same time, now I don't know, you should be insulting the people because that's not true of all Africans. As a matter of fact, she has an African braid shop that she says that she goes to, and they're pretty good. So don't generalize all people based on your experience with this set of people. But I think this is that 180 braid shop that everybody's been talking about. And I've heard so many horror stories. Why y'all keep going to them? And you can't pick who you want. I think it was one video that I did where they said everybody's name was like Felicia. Like they said, okay, call Felicia or whatever her name is for the hair to get done. Y'all gotta tell me more about this African braiding situation, because I feel like I want to go to New York and see what that's about. Not that I'm gonna get my hair braided, but my kids do. At least one does wear braids. So I'm just curious. But then at the same time, I don't know if I want to subject them to that situation, because I have seen what it looks like inside the braiding shop. And I thought that was a little bit rude of her to be kind of, making video if she was getting her hair braided. But then she said it looked nice. She was saying it looked nice. I thought she said it was looking nice. Maybe I need to watch the video again. But hey, I don't know. Let's get to another video and see what is going on here, because she says that she spent $1,400. $1,400 hairs for locks done wrong. As a person that wears locks myself, I will tell you, starter locks do cost a lot of money, and I'm assuming that she's got lock extensions. So I'm not sure if they're the faux locks or if they're lock extensions, because there's a difference. But $1,400, let's just get into it and see what's going on here.
I paid $1,400 for lock extensions only for me not to get what I paid for. I booked with this lock stylist in Dallas, and I was really excited about the appointment. I followed all her booking policies, did a consult. We talked about exactly what I wanted. I wanted thicker locks like the Nika, and I wanted like kind of bigger parts. I think the parting is decent, but the locks are definitely giving boneless. My locks right now are wet, but this is what they look like, and they're still not as thick as I asked for. I told her at the appointment that they weren't as thick as my reference pictures, and she even had to remake some locks during the appointment because they weren't thick enough, and she even acknowledged that herself. She offered to make them thicker on another day, and that's because the appointment ended at 1 a.m. and that was solely from an install. Now, mind you, my appointment, I believe, was at 9 a.m. and she had asked me that morning to move my appointment to 11 or 12, and I agreed because I needed my hair done. These are supposed to be permanent lock extensions. They're not temporary, so it's not like I can just take them out or get another style. And once again, I spent $1,400. I texted her about a week and a half after the appointment, and I was like, hey girl, I need to fix this hair. I'm still not feeling it. It's not thick enough, because she told me to take some time and see how I feel. And because they're lock extensions, they're not just gonna puff up like regular locks, so I definitely needed to get them thicker. She texted me back saying that I should text her back on March 6th. At the time, this was like February 20th. And she was on vacation until then, and she would get back to me then. So March 6th, I texted her, and I reached out again about getting my hair fixed. And she told me that she could fit me in on her schedule on today. Yesterday comes around at about 7 p.m. and she texts me saying, hey girl, you won't believe it. I broke my ankle. I won't be able to do your hair. And at this point, I'm like, this is not sounding right, and I'm fed the fuck up, to be honest. Based off everything that she explained with her whole broken ankle situation, it just sounded like she already knew beforehand that she broke her ankle, and she could have been told me that our appointment wasn't going to happen prior to, I guess, less than a 12-hour notice. I texted her asking her to rectify the situation, and she just absolutely refuses to. All I asked for was a partial refund of $300 because I don't want her in my head again, because obviously the energy is not there no more. Customer service wise, she was cool, but after all this extra stuff, I'm just not feeling it. Like I said, I don't want her in my head again after already rescheduling me on my original appointment, making me wait 3 weeks to even reschedule the touch-up, and then canceling less than 12 hours before the touch-up. I absolutely do not play when it comes to this stylist shit, because I also run a business, and so I understand how service works and the service industry works. And for me, if my client is spending $1,400, they're my priority. I understand breaking your ankle, but it was very convenient. Anyways, if anybody knows anybody who can fix my locks or has any advice on how to fix my locks and make them thicker,
So
please
she
let me
does
know.
have permanent lock extensions. And I will say, for the permanent lock extensions, what I know about them, and I could be wrong because I don't do them, I remember researching them a couple of years ago. They actually shrink. They actually compact. They don't get bigger because they're not they're not your real hair, because locks tend to expand and then they shrink back to, what they're going to be permanently. But yeah, I don't even know. Like, what would you do in that case? I mean, her hair, to me, it looks cute, but that's not what she asked for. And $1,400 is crazy to me to get something that's permanent and it's not what you want. That's almost like getting a tattoo and it's not mom, it's something else. So, oh my God. Whew. That's a hard one right there. I don't even know how I would react to that, because that's something that's permanent. $1,400. And how would you fix that? Like, can that be fixed? I don't even know. And as far as her breaking her ankle, things happen, But if she knew ahead of time that she broke her ankle, maybe she was thinking that she was gonna I don't know, that she's gonna be able to stand on it or kind of alternate. So maybe that's why she waited till last minute. I don't know. I just think that, as stylists or as, nail techs or just beauty professionals, period, professionals, you want to give your client as much opportunity, as much just chances to, rectify the situation. You want to let them know that, listen, this is what it is and this is what I would be willing to do for you. Do you have something else that, you think that I could do? I mean, and that's in order to keep client retention. At $1,400, honey, when I tell you, I'd be like, girl, come on back, let's get this together, because it's not a lot of locks, as a matter of fact. So I'm surprised that it costs that much, but I don't know. Let's get into the next video, y'all.
When your body telling you something, you listen. I lie to you not. Soon as I sat down in that chair, I knew something was not going to go well for me. I lie to you not. I had my hair dyed at least 10 times in a hair salon only. I only let them dye my hair because I don't even play that coloring games. My nose was burning from all the bleach she was putting on my head. I never experienced that before, even when I went ginger. I know I had a lot of new growth, but to bleach my hair to turn into a medium brown that's on the ends, that never ever happened to me. I wish I was over exaggerating this whole thing. I was sitting there for a whole shift, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., babe. I literally was washed about 5 times, 5 to 4 times. I'm not even exaggerating. They kept putting stuff in my hair, washing me, sitting me under dry. Washing me, sitting me under dry. You can only imagine. You know how long you be under them dryers. In these moments, I really be trying to work on my fruits of the spirit because I wanted to spaz so bad. But I'm sure if I did that, they would have let me walk out of their salon with bleach still processing in my head. Who finna take them chances? Mind you, I don't know that much about hair. So I'm asking questions, but whole time I've had this color up. This is probably my 4th time touched up. So I'm pretty aware of how the process goes. And not only that, I've been to them about 2 to 3 times. They actually started my color. So why not go back to the people who started my color? You wouldn't think anything would go wrong. Look at how dark of a brown this is. She continuously gave me that book time about pick your color after I showed her. And I kept telling her, give me exactly what this is. She kept making me choose it. And I know she was doing that because she wanted me to be wrong. And if I didn't like my hair, she would have blamed it on me. Now, why would you bleach my hair to put this dark of a brown on my head? And now it's not even brown. It looks black. You would have thought she never touched up my roots. This is after she bleached my hair. That brown in the book was a medium brown. This is black. Part 2 coming up. I need to calm down.
Wow. And I don't mean to be holding this because I can't stand to see people hold that personal thing. If you're holding your mic and doing your thing, that's your thing. But What? Her hair looks like it is damaged. I don't think that anybody with such dark hair should have hair that is so light, but I don't do hair. That looks like that's gonna fall out. And why would they make it so light to bring it back to the same color she started with? Oh my God. You know, a lot of times we give these places chances because they're the ones that originally started our situation. But sometimes, let me tell you, sometimes it's best just to be like, you know what, no, you know what, I wouldn't. Just think about the one thing that made you think that I should not go back to this place. Because it was one thing. It was one thing. It's always one thing where you're like, you know what? No, I'm cool on them. So not to blame, not the big and blame, but you know. Oh my God. I pray she still has her hair. Let's get into the next video.
So, if you see my previous video from this morning, I was talking about how hair appointments or any appointments in general just gives you PTSD sometimes because of the lack of integrity, communication, and just respect that these like stylists, lash techs, nail techs, estheticians have when it comes to their business. Y'all, I posted that at 9 o'clock, right? That I had a hair appointment for 10. It's 12:40 currently. My hair is not done. Let me tell you about this. I posted that video and I was still editing the video and I got a text message at 9:20. Hey, I'm running a little behind. Can we do 10:30? I'm like, okay, whatever. That give me time to eat. Ain't no pressure. I'm just wanting to get my hair done. At least it's not, can you come at 6? Can you come tomorrow? It's still within the same day and a little bit, just a few minutes later. I'm cool with that. So I arrive at 10:31, let her know I'm here. Hey, I'm just a few exits away. Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, cool. So 1 second, let me go back and get the exact timestamp for this next part. Okay, so I said she texted me that she was a few exits away. That was at like 10:34. 30 minutes go by. She texted me and was like, I'm sorry, it's been traffic. I'm about to take the exit now. I'm a few exits away. That was at 11. This appointment was supposed to be scheduled for 10. So now this appointment has been pushed back 1 hour at this point. I text her back and say, okay. At 11:21, I text her, hey, this is very inconvenient for me. You know, every time I book with you since 2022, you know, it's just kind of like always something as far as like running behind or being late. And I love your work. This is why I book with you. But I do also have clients, and this is like going to be pushing me back. Do you know how much longer it's going to be? Very nice, letting her know my feelings without being disrespectful or belittling her or her business, letting her know still like this is why I still put up with you and book with you because your work is great. That's my mistake though, because back in 2022 when she did my hair, that should have been the last time she did my hair. So I'm taking that accountability today. I get it. You know, I get it. Y'all, she texts me back, not even acknowledging the message, and she texts me back 10 minutes later at 11:31 and said I'm parking. So I've been there since 10:30. Appointment was supposed to be at 10. You're running behind at 9:20. You text me you're parking at 11:30. I say, okay. At 11:39, I text her, can I come up? Because I'm looking at the door. I'm looking at the parking lot. It don't take 10 minutes to get upstairs. You might need to get settled. Say that. Communicate. But it's already an hour and 40 minutes after my scheduled appointment. Y'all, she never texted me back. So I ended up calling her because at this point, I'm like, we need to talk on the phone because this text messages, you're not being clear with me. And all I need is clear communication and honesty. You just dragging it out, and that's what's pissing me off, right? She never answers, never calls me back. So I sent her this final text at 11:55. Hey, can you send me back my deposit if you're not going to take my appointment at this point? Y'all, I got there at 10:30. At 11:55, that's basically 12 o'clock. I never got in her suite and got my hair done. Not even started, did not get out of my car. She bullshitted me for an hour and a half for no reason, so unprovoked. I've been to her plenty of times. I tip. I don't give her no issues. I'm always on time. Why in the hell would you pull this? And it's 12:45. I have not heard back from her. And that was at 11:55. I asked back for my deposit. And don't get in the comments talking about, oh, deposits is not refundable. I am a last check myself, and I hold myself accountable. Every client that's on this app that knows me, if I push back your appointment to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour the next day, I'm taking $10 off. I'm giving you a free lash bath. I'm doing something to accommodate you, okay? And I'm never, ever, 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 ever late. I'm home based. I'm always here. Anytime I have to really like change around somebody's appointment, it's always 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's never 30. It's never an hour. It's never the next day. It's never no communication at all. Like, I am so like, it's beyond me that I'm actually dealing with this, because I hear so many experiences online about just like not getting your hair done at all. I've never experienced it. I've always experienced like them being late. That I have. But me actually getting my ass back home and my hair is not done, yeah, that's crazy. But thankfully, you know, I was able to book with somebody else. And it's like the holiday season. Everybody is booked. So the fact that you really sat here and played in my face is crazy. And if she see this, she can't say nothing. She can't say a damn thing. I wasn't rude. I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't come at her no way. I wasn't bombarding her with texts, not giving her time, because I don't know what she had going on this morning. I still was giving her time. I gave her 2 hours of my day. I got to learn how to do my hair. I got to, but my hair is literally down my back. Like, I don't have like shoulder length, bra length. My hair is almost to my waist. But in 2024, that is my goal. That is my top goal, is to learn how to do my hair, because y'all hairstylists really need to do better. And I ain't saying every hairstylist is bad. And I don't even think y'all can argue with me in the comments, except the fact that I should have stopped going to her a long time ago because she's always late. I will give you that. But other than that, don't come in these comments arguing with me, because I ain't arguing with nobody.
What did I say? It's always something. It's always a sign somewhere. But yeah, 2 hours of your day, 2 hours of your day not to get a service done and then give your money and no communication. I just want to know from the hairstylists and the beauty professionals, if y'all are in the comments, if y'all watching the video, what is it that happens? Like, have you ever been one of the hairstylists or beauty professionals or whatever that has just had no communication with your client for whatever reason? Is it that your phone died? Is it that you don't like confrontation? Is it that you just like, you know, I don't even want to deal with her? What is it that makes that person, like, I'm a person that does not like deal with confrontation, so I don't even put myself in a situation where I have to be confront somebody or any of those situations. So if my clients book something, it has to be like a emergency for me to cancel on them, not only last minute, but period. And if I cancel, when I tell you I am accommodating, because you are accommodating me, and I truly love all my clients. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a season where I take a whole bunch of clients. I do have, you know, especially during the summertime, I take a lot of clients that are not my typical clients. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I still want that rapport with people, because I second guess myself after, you know, I do a service. Not is the service good, but did I do anything to help that person have a better day? That's just me, because I feel like if I go get a service done, I want to come out there feeling renewed and refreshed. I spend my money. You know, I don't look for you to do nothing extra. Just treat me the way that I should be treated. Give me the service I paid for. That's all I ask. And, you know, as beauty professionals, we go get our stuff done too. So you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated, right? In my opinion. And I think that's just that I can't understand. I'm just assuming that it's the younger ones that are doing it. I don't know. I mean, it could be the old school ones too. I know I don't do it, but yeah. Let's get into the next video, guys.
Believe it or not, I don't let nobody touch my hair. I cut my own hair because a few years ago I got traumatized on Ilford Lane. Throwback to about 4 or 5 years ago now. I was about 16 years old, and I used to work on an accounting firm on Ilford Lane. During my lunch break, I thought, let me just nip out, like I'll be one of those girls and get, like, you know, be productive and get a haircut. So what I did, I literally walked into some random hairdressers on Ilford Lane, and I should have known as soon as I walked in there when I saw literally a lady at the back with like chicken and chips in her hand, stuffing her face. I'm not even joking. And it was like so hot that day, and I remember they had like a little fan as well. They had no AC, they had some little fan that wasn't even working, and the whole place just stunk of like greasy chicken. Like it just stank so badly. But I went in there and I was like, do you have time for a little haircut? I used to be really shy back then. And she was like, yeah, sat me down on her chair. And yeah, I'm not even lying when I say this. She was the roughest hairdresser ever, yanking my hair, brushing it really hardly. And yeah, so she cut my hair and then she literally sent me on my way. I think I paid like 30 quid. I don't remember, like something like 20-30 quid. But back then, for a 16-year-old, like I felt robbed. And as soon as I got my ass back in the office, my friend, who's literally my best friend to this day still, was like, Isla, what the hell do you do? Let me just show you the picture. I can't even make this up. Like, this is the hair. She let me walk out her salon in, just like, guys, please ignore the outfit. Ignore the outfit. The outfit isn't the topic of conversation today, but look at my hair. And this is another picture of what it looked like when I was like walking outside. So after I saw those pictures, I built up all my confidence, all my courage, and I went walking back down Ilford Lane, back in that little salon, and I was like to her, you ruined my hair. And of course she denied it. Of course she was like, it's just your hair is puffy, your hair, which to be honest, my hair is frizzy. She was blaming it on the frizz of my hair. She was blaming it on everything under the sun other than the fact that she just went, like, she cut it like there was a gap, like she just cut a massive chunk and then tried to hide it. So I kid you not, since that day, I don't let nobody touch my hair. I cut my hair myself, literally with the little scissors. I sit here for ages trimming my own hair because I'm like, this happened 5 years ago now, and it's still, it makes me laugh now, but like I was upset for the longest time.
Hey y'all, let me tell y'all the story of my very first like hairstylist horror story. This hairstylist is in New Orleans. Her name is Bossy Glam's Studio. I'm gonna put her name up here somewhere. But basically I went to her a couple days ago for a sew-in, my first sew-in ever, and it was not what I was expecting. It was also really expensive, but I paid the price because I wanted a certain look and I saw that she could do that look, and so I went for it. I paid $245 for a flip over sew-in, a versatile flip over sew-in with wand curls. To me, that's expensive because I wasn't seeing nobody else charge that. But again, like I said, I was willing to pay that price because I liked how she did the style, plain and simple. So my appointment was for 3:30 in the afternoon. And I've been to her before. I've been to her twice before. Once was for a wig install a couple years back. It was my first wig install. I had no complaints. It was nice, it was good. And then I went to her again recently back in December for a clip-in install, and I actually kept those clip-ins for a really long time, probably longer than I should. I didn't take them out until like early February, so I had them for about 2 months. So I've been to her before and I had never had a bad experience with her, so this was really just off the wall. Like I didn't expect this to happen with her. But basically I had an appointment for 3:30. I showed up and she had somebody in her chair still. I didn't mind. I probably waited like 10 minutes or so to get in her chair, but I didn't mind. And then we got to talking about how I wanted to style. Now prior to my appointment, like maybe a week in advance, I was texting her because I really wanted a flip over, but I also wanted to be able to put my hair into a deep side part if that was possible, because that's just my comfort style and I just like versatility. She basically told me at first, no, I can't do it, and then she went back and was like, I actually can do it, but it's going to be a lot of leave out. So I had to sit and think about that, and I just decided that I was just going to go with the flip over and let it be. So when I got into her chair, she asked me if I still wanted to try the side part. And I just told her, you know, I wasn't really sure. I just really want to make sure that my hair falls in my face a certain way. So she was like, okay, that's no problem. I'll just sew the tracks in a certain way so that you get that effect that you're looking for. I'm like, cool. She knows what she's talking about. No big deal. So while she was doing my hair, I really had no complaints. I will say that the braid down was a tight braid down, but this is my first sew-in, so I didn't really know any better, and I just let it be. And I've heard that sew-ins are kind of tight once you first get them installed, so I just let it be. I assume that this is what comes with the style, right? So we got done about like 6:30 or so. It was dark outside when I left, and I didn't really spend too much time like looking at my hair like close up because it looked really good from afar. I'm like, oh, this is fine. Paid her money, and then I went about my way. When I got home, like 30 minutes later, I was looking at my hair under like bright light, and I could see all of my tracks right here. Like it was just so much track exposed. And obviously that was weird to me, and I know she saw that because she's the one doing my hair. So when I saw that, I took a picture of it, and I'm gonna put the picture right here too. When I saw that, I took a picture of it and I sent it to her, because why would you leave my hair like this? Okay, this is the picture I'm talking about. These are my tracks. You can see them all right there. And then you can also tell that there's not a lot of leave out being left out right here. Like if I can show y'all right here, this is literally where my leave out stops. At this point, that's not even leave out. That's baby hair. That's not leave out. On this side of my head, my leave out stops all the way back here. So she pulled out buku leave out on this side and nothing on this side, which is weird because this is where my part goes, and I told her that my part goes this way. But there you go, lo and behold, there's my tracks. I have a problem with this. So once I noticed this, I took a picture. I sent her the picture that I just showed y'all, and I just was like, you know, hey, I see my tracks, like how can we fix this? She did provide some solutions, and at first I didn't really mind. I didn't really want to just glue in the tracks like she said to, because like I wanted to sew in, and I'm thinking about, you know, longevity and long term. When I want to wash my sewing, the tracks gonna come out, I'm gonna have to glue them back. I didn't really want that. And so originally I opted to just take it down and redo it. But the more I thought about it, I felt like that wasn't a smart idea, because if my head is already tight, aching and hurting from a sew-in, I think it would be silly to take it out and do it all over again almost immediately. That's like asking for traction alopecia, and I don't think it's a good idea. So I did end up taking that back like literally the next day. So here's my messages from the next day. I just texted her being respectful and just telling her that, you know, I changed my mind. I didn't want to redo the style. And then I mentioned the rest of the issues that I noticed with my hair. Like originally I only just said my tracks was the problem and I left it at that. But now I've had my hair in for at least 24 hours. It was just not that I wasn't feeling it, but it wasn't my best. And people that know me know my hair is always tea. My hair is so cute. Even if it's just my natural hair, my hair is always tea. So me not loving my hair or my hair not being up to par is very serious to me, especially when I spent $245 on my hair. That's insane. And that's not including the price of bundles. That's not including the price of bundles at all. So I sent her what I thought was a very respectful text message, and she got back to me basically saying that she can't give me no refund, but she'll do my hair again differently. And also maybe this style just was not for me. Now this is where I'm confused, right? So not only can you see my tracks on the side, also I forgot to mention the night when I first texted her, I ended up just gluing some more tracks in myself right here, but you could still see that it's track. You can still see it literally, but I just did my best, I guess. I ended up putting the tracks in myself because I wasn't going to have time to come back to her this week before Mardi Gras. So, and I also have somewhere to be next week. I'm literally going back home next week. So I just did not have time for that. But as time went on, like I said to her, she claimed this was a versatile install. When I put my hair into a ponytail, it is big on the side, like I have a Roblox head. I hope y'all can see in the video good. I hope y'all can see just exactly how big this is. Boom, right there, all of that is track. It's just big and hefty all the way around my head. Boom, there goes track. I can't do nothing with this. You can see the tracks in the back of my head when I pull my hair up into a ponytail. This is not nobody's versatile anything. This does not count as nobody's versatile nothing, because my tracks are literally open to the wind, exposed to the world. This is not that. I'm not okay with this. Here's a picture of the back of my head. You can see tracks out once more. You can see tracks again. If I had dyed the back of my head to match the front and they was red, then the tracks would be way more visible. But I was lazy that day, and so my roots are blending in with the tracks. But regardless, you can see my tracks in the back, and you can also see that it's big and bulky in the back. Who ponytail does this look like? Because it ain't going to be mine. That's ridiculous. So here I got this long paragraph because like I said, she basically was not trying to take the blame for not doing a good job. She was trying to blame it on my hair being fine and that the style is just not for me, whatever the case may be. And in this text, basically to sum it up, I'm telling her that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. First and foremost, I'm a service provider. I know that if my client is asking for something that is not best for her or best for them, I'm going to suggest an alternative. I'm going to alter my technique. Or if they're adamant on wanting it, then that's up to them. I was not that adamant for a flip over. I really wanted a side part like I always get. I was not that adamant. Had she suggested to me a different style, we could have went a different way. Had she adjusted her technique and pulled out the appropriate amount of leave out, we could have went somewhere differently. But I'm telling y'all, she's not taking the blame whatsoever, and I'm trying my best to be cool with her and just ask her for a partial refund. Just a little bit, just some of it. Because this is not okay. Like, I want y'all to see how much leave out I got, for real. This all the leave out. This it. Maybe some people like that. I don't know. Maybe some people do that. But she claimed that my hair is so fine. So if my hair is so fine, why would you not part it a little further back and put a little more hair right there? If my hair is oh so fine. You knew my hair was fine when you did it. And it's not your first time doing my hair either. So you should know these kind of things. As a hairstylist, you should be able to adapt and do something differently. Or just don't do it at all. So after I sent that long text, she basically was like, girl, I can't help you. You're not getting a refund. I'll do your hair differently, but you're not getting a refund. Now, let me ask y'all this. If you did my hair bad one time, why would I want to go back to you and do my hair again? It don't matter if you did my hair good 34 million times prior to. You do my hair bad one time and then refuse to take any kind of like accountability, I'm not coming back to you no more. If it's free or not, I don't care. It's never that serious. So, no. I don't want another hairstyle, but also I had to go check her policies and see, does it say that the style is non-refundable? Because now I have questions.
Well, child, that's a lot to take in because, so, you know, in the past, I don't think I've actually had a sew-in. I've had a quick weave, but a sew-in, my mom used to get sew-ins and my sister used to get sew-ins. And I just remember the girl that used to do the sew-ins, she didn't charge a lot for them at first when she started doing them. And that was because she was basically practicing on her clients. Now she like the best. But I don't know what happened there. But as a person that would do sew-ins, even me who doesn't do sew-ins, I know that if you have fine hair, usually they split the track and the braids are small and they find a way to do it. So I don't know what went wrong there, but to glue hair, how would you fix that? Like as the client, she said she didn't want her to do any of the things, any of the options. She wanted some of her money back, but does that fix the problem? Like, because you're not going back to go get, you know, your hair done. Yes, I would want some of my money back because I feel like I didn't get what I paid for. But what would be the solution if I were to be her and get my hair done and I cannot wear the style that I was supposed to wear? Is the option for me to go back to her and see if she can fix the style that she already did, regardless of what her energy is giving or whether she's good or not? I mean, I just always wonder, like, when you get things like sew-ins and things that are like kind of semi-permanent, how do you fix that? And as a hairstylist, you saw that. You saw that. I almost feel like, you know, when you get to a certain point, if you haven't thought out your process, you've gotten to that point where it's no return. You just like, please, Lord, don't let her see it, don't let her know, let it be okay. Because at that point, I mean, yeah, as a stylist, you're gonna have to take that loss, whether it be give her some of her money back or to say, you know what, my bad, or even say, hey girl, you know, your hair is real thin right here. You sure you want to do this? Let's see what it look like. Let's see what another option is for you. At some point, as a stylist, you have to take accountability for the fact that it's not gonna come out the way she wanted to. It's just not, because we know it. You know when you were messed up, you know. So that's just my 2 cents. But anyway, let's get into this other story time. All right.
Okay, so story time. Stop booking with these Cleveland/Instagram girlies because they are not it, okay? They are not it. So, boom. This starts off with my appointment was last night. I mean, it was yesterday at 3 o'clock. Sis texted me at like 2:30 something talking about oh, do you think that you could come in at 4:30 because your bundles aren't going to be here until 4 o'clock? Mind you, I paid $545 for my fucking bundles, right? We're gonna get into that because we're gonna get into it. And then for my install, it was $250 because I wanted something to make my hair not itch. I wanted a deep condition. Okay, so boom, she was like, okay, whatever, that's fine, whatever. At the time, I didn't have nobody to take me, so I Ubered myself up there. I text her, I'm like, hey, it's here, you know, I'm here, it's 4 o'clock. She's like, hey, I'm at UPS, I still don't got your bundles. So why not text me before 4 o'clock and tell me, hey, you can stay at home, yada yada yada. I text her like, yeah, like my Uber, I'm gonna be a little bit late because my Uber got redirected. She told me something, yeah, like, okay, like I'm not there and I don't think there's anybody at the salon. Girl, what? Okay, so then after that, I was like, whatever, like, that's annoying. And so then she started texting me like, oh, well, you know, can you come back later, or can we do it tomorrow? Girl, I didn't drove 30 minutes. I live in a whole different, we live in the same visit, like, same bigger city, but in the smaller cities, bitch, I don't live by you. We live in 2 different suburbs. Like, what are you doing? So she was like, can you come tomorrow or come today, later on today or tomorrow? I was like, well, what time would later on today be? She said, some 6 o'clock, or you can just come tomorrow in the morning. I was like, okay, I can't do 10:30. She said, okay, fine, come in at 12. All right, that's cool. All right, well, cool. I come in there at 12. Boom, I come in there at 12 and she already got somebody else in her chair. So I'm already thinking like, all right, that's cool, because I understand you squeezed me in because they didn't have my bundles yesterday. My bad, because they didn't have my bundles yesterday. That's cool, you know, whatever. You know, all right, I'm gonna be here while somebody else getting their hair done. I don't really care. So first red flag, I sit down in her seat to get my hair washed. Tell me why sis start dry combing my dry hair. So what are you doing? Why are you combing dry hair? Like, it's to the point of I'm hearing her break off my hair. Like, what? As soon as the first pass, as soon as you heard the hair break off, you should have stopped. Like, what are you doing? So after that, I was like, all right, yeah, red flag. All right, yeah, this is real odd. All right, boom. Sis put a little cap on me. Leave me in there for about an hour. Okay, mind you, like I said, this is 12 o'clock, right? So I'm thinking, all right, it's her normal services is like 3 hours. All right, maybe it's gonna take 4 hours. All right, whatever, because she doing another head. Maybe that's delusional of me, but sis in the chair is already braided down. Her hairstyle is already shaped up. Like, you feel just gotta finish that off. Like, it shouldn't take that long, right? Or so I'm thinking. So after that, I go downstairs, I get my hair deconditioned or whatever. And so I walk, she's like, all right, when you're done, just come back upstairs. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm getting my hair deconditioned. I'm underneath the little heater for about 30 to 40 minutes, to 45 minutes, right? I mean, I guess that's standard. I walk upstairs, I'm thinking, all right, she can at least have half of sis hair done. So I go and sit back at like her waiting chairs or whatever, because I'm not done. And so I'm thinking, all right, whatever. Tell me why another girl walks in with some hair, right? So mind you, in this girl's booking, she said you cannot have nothing but like good quality hair. She does no hair store bundles. She don't do hair store bundles. You gotta have good quality hair, right? Sis walk in with hair store bundles, which confused me because I paid $545 for my bundles. I would have just went to go give me some hair store bundles like the rest of the girlies. Like, why are you false advertising on your website? All right, whatever. So sis comes and sit next to me, and so why sis sitting next to me instead of okay, anyways, sis comes sit next to me, and so then she start so she talking to her, whatever, like, I guess like that's like one of her old clients, whatever, but that's your client. So boom, you about to do 3 heads? You about to do 3 heads at once? Like, okay, magician. Like, okay, so boom, I start, so I'm like, whatever. And so then, so she like, all right, well, come on, like, let me blow dry your hair, whatever. I go and I sit down, in her, like, her other person's chair. So she has one person in the chair, and I'm in the chair next to the other girl. Sis start blow drying my hair. She like, all right, whatever. Like, she start blow drying my hair. She like, yeah, okay, I think I can do your part. Because the short of my hair, it got cut off because I had them faux locks. And I actually cut, like, my hair when I had them. So sis started talking about, so sis was like, all right, like, I should be able to give you the part that you want. Okay, whatever. Sis, instead of blow drying, tell me why she blow dried the ends of my hair and let the middle of my hair fucking, like, completely wet. And, like, I'll sit there, like touching my scalp, itching my scalp, mind you. Like I said, I booked what's it called, treatment, but I don't even know if she used it because I don't know if you can tell, but my scalp is white. And literally when I was sitting in the fucking chair after she washed and conditioned my hair, like while she was braiding it, like I had a whole bunch of dandruff flakes falling off. If you did a hydrating anti-itch cream stuff, my head shouldn't itch, and also the my head shouldn't be flaking like that. So that made zero sense to me. But whatever, right? Whatever. I'm like, as long as my hair ends up the way I want it to be. Okay, that's my main concern. Okay, forget all the little steps in between. I want my hair the way I want it to be, like anybody else, right? So I'm really just thinking like, okay, like, So I'm like, maybe she gonna come back, wait for for my roots to dry a little bit, and then she gonna come blow dry them. No. No, she sure didn't. She sure didn't do that. So boom, I'm sitting inside her chair. Mind you, I got here at 12 p.m. Like, so she finished the other girl here around like 1 something. Like, all right, cool. Now I'm sitting in your chair. All right, fine. Like, I should be done within the next couple hours. Like, it might not have been 1 something. It might have been like 2 something. Anyways, I should be done within the next couple hours is what I'm thinking. Like, right? No. Wrong again. But so boom, I sit inside her chair and I'm like, you know, and she'd start braiding me down or whatever with my dry ass roots. So she's parting my hair. I'm not tender-headed, but I don't like when my hair rips, and I also don't like it's so I'm not tender-headed in the way it's like every 5 seconds. I used to be as a kid, but I'm just tender-headed in the way of I feel the sensation and it hurts, but I can suck it up. Like, you know, like I'm grown, like I can suck it up. So sis so she started parting my hair. Mind you, if you would have just blow dried my hair completely, that little parting stuff, that wouldn't have hurt it. It wouldn't have felt the way it did. Like, whole time in her chair, I'm sitting there like this, irritated, like completely irritated. So boom, she like, all right, I'm about to finish braiding down her hair. Then I'm gonna wash you and I'm gonna braid you down. What you mean? Sis, I ain't been here all day. What do you mean? Like, okay, fine. All right, braid her down. Braid her down. So she braid me down. Then she go and braid the other girl down. It took her like an hour to complete the other girl, because after that she put her whole cap on, put the little glue on top of her cap. Mind you, you could have just rescheduled me. Like, I don't know, you could have rescheduled me after the girl. Why did you pick 12? Like, anyways, if you knew that you had a spot at 12 and it was filled back to back, why wouldn't you just wait until 6 o'clock to do my hair, or so like a later time to do my hair, like you were trying to do yesterday? Because clearly you're not somebody that can multitask, or you're not the type of bitch that's going to put your whole entire foot up to do my hair. You're gonna try to say you're not doing that. Clearly you're sad or dehydrated or whatever. So boom, sis start messing up my hair. Fuck. All right, so then she sends sis downstairs because, you know, sis just got her hair washed. She sent her downstairs, and so then she's like, all right, I'm about to go to the hair store. I'll be right back. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, that's odd. Shouldn't you have everything? Like, I brought my bundles from you. Like, you already have the thread right next to you. Like, come on, like, let's just start. Boom. Tell me when she come back, which the fuck she got from hair store was the fucking bundles. Bitch, I paid $545 for my bundles. What do you mean, hair store? I could have went to the hair store and got my own cheap ass bundles. What the fuck do you mean? Mind you, my bundles were supposed to be body wave. This is straight hair. It's thin. It's thin AF. Tell me why. I'm about to run out of time. But tell me why sis, in the front of my hair, she start gluing bundles. I don't even put glue in my own freaking head. What makes you think that you can put glue in my hair? Are you so serious? More to the story, do not book with these Cleveland hairstylists. They will have you messed up and have you looking crazy, have you walking around with some thin hair, have you looking crazy. And I feel like, sis, you're running back my money, baby. I spent $800. Like, run back my money,
was
please.
it $800 with the hair? I first of all, that was hard to listen to. Number one. Number two, you know what it reminds me of? Back before, when salons used to be where hairstylists used to work in salons, and you go to the salon, there would be like maybe 5 or 6, you know, stylists, but it'd be like 20 something people in the hair salon. People would be under the dryer, people in the waiting area, people underneath the chairs and everything. It was an all-day event. And I think, you know, with the new generation of what's happening with hairstylists and such, you know, the individual person is now in suites, or, you know, even if they're not in suites, even if they're in salons, they've scheduled their people within a time frame that they can get the one person done. So that would have been suspect to me, the fact that she's got 3 people inside the salon or the suite or whatever. Is she dead wrong for making her pay $545 for hair that she was going to get from the hair store anyway? Did she get any of her money back? I mean, like, it was a lot of red flags right there. I mean, like, honey, it was like blink, 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 blink. So you paid your money and you let her do that. You did. And when I tell you that irritating beep, 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 beep thing from the signal thing, girl. It was a lot of chaos in that video. But anyway, let's get into the next video, y'all.
I was in mourning for a long time, so I haven't been able to tell this story, except on my private story to all my friends. If you've been on it, you know what I've been going through with my damn hair since the end of July. So it's a nice summer day and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get my hair done. Like my roots are showing a little bit. Let me show the picture. Okay, here it was the day before I went in, right? So still blonde and everything, but my roots were definitely out. One more photo for reference. So I'm like, I just want to get my roots touched up, you know, like look blonder again. Easy enough, right? So the thing I need to say beforehand is I usually go to a lady in Florida, but obviously I'm in Maryland, so I needed someone new. And I asked around and I heard to go to this one place. I'm not going to expose them, but I didn't listen to like the person they said to see because I was like in a rush to go get it done. So I literally just like chose someone random and like hoped it'd be fine. Here are the wide variety of photos I showed. Okay, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So pretty straightforward, right? I even showed some videos of like me like moving my hair when it was like nicely done. No, no, no. I did not come out like that. I left a brunette. Do I look pissed? Because I was really pissed. Another picture for reference. So yeah, brunette. I literally left darker than I came. And so while she was doing it, she was like, yeah, it looks so good. Like after she put it on and then said, it's like, you know, like when you get outside and like in the light, it's going to lighten up. And I was like, you know, and I'm bad at saying stuff to people in the moment. So I kind of just kept my mouth shut, which that's probably my bad. But I got home and my mom was like, she was like, oh, were you going darker? And I was like, no. And she was like, yeah, you should go back because that's like the darkest I've ever seen your hair. And I was like, So I called them up and I was like, yeah, this isn't right. I need to come back like ASAP because I left darker than I came in. So they said, yeah, come back. We're going to do a Malibu treatment, which strips the toner and we'll just retone you. So I went in, they stripped it out, they retoned it, but the toner was red. Like, I'm not kidding. I was like, what is that? And I tried to trust them. And in the moment, I was like, once it was done, I was like, this is still really dark, but I guess it looks like a little better. And they were like, yeah, well, we can't put, you know, highlights back on your hair right now because it might fry and you just got it done and whatever. So I was not happy with it, but that's what it looked like. So like you could tell, like you can kind of see the highlights a little bit more. Here's a video afterwards. So like it looks a little better, but like kind of an orange tint to it, which was freaking me out. This is where shit really hits the fan. I give like 2 weeks and then I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, why is my hair orange? Like it was orange. Yeah, like so gross. Yeah. So I immediately texted the salon and I was like, yeah. So it's orange now. I like came back that second time and it actually looks worse than when like I first had came in and it was dark. Like it looks horrible. I hate it. It was so brassy. Like those colors don't even do it justice. Like my mom saw it and was like, So I was like, all right, we're going back in. You guys are going to fix it this time, like, or else. So I came back in and they were like, all right, this time we are going to go actually and highlight your hair again and then retone it again. And it should be all good. We're going to place you with a high level stylist. And I'm like, yes, perfect. This man looked at my hair and immediately he was like, what happened? When I sat down, he was like, this is a horror movie. And I was like, yeah. And hold on, you might be asking, why are you going back again? Like, they messed it up twice. Why? Go elsewhere. But it was for free for them to fix it. And I had already paid $300 on my hair the first time. So I leave like this. And I was like, you know what? This is good. This is good with me. Like, there was still kind of an orange tint to it, which you can't really see in this. But I was like, you know what? I look blonder again. This is as good as we're going to get for a long time because I'm not putting highlights back on my hair. Like, we're good with this. Until we weren't again. This was after only a few showers. Only a few. My hair turned to this. even oranger than the last time. And this is when I lost it, like officially. I started crying. I was so pissed. I was like, I don't even know what to do at this point. I felt like my confidence took a dagger to the heart. Like I hated it. This was it dry. It just looked horrible. It looked so cheap and brassy and just like, and I'd like given up at this point. I was like, I don't even think there is anything they can do. So I called them and I was actually really mad. And I was like, I would like a refund. Like, I don't really trust you guys to come back again. Like, it is seriously so messed up. Like, I hate it. Like, I just want my money back so I can go somewhere else. And then they were like, well, can you give us one more chance? Like, they said that, you know, this time they'll place us with like the absolute highest stylist. Oh, come to find out, the second time I had gone to like do the retoning or whatever, they placed me with a new person. Why would you place me with someone new? She was younger than me, it looked like, to fix my hair. Anyways, besides the point. So they were like, well, if you come back once more, like, please give us another chance. Like, I promise, like, we won't let you leave until it's how you want it. Like, and they ended up convincing me. So I was like, okay, one more time and that's it. Like, that's it. So when I went in, the girl was super nice and like I was being nice to her. Like, it's not like these people's like fault that I'm seeing now, I guess. So I was trying not to be a total bitch, but she had said that my hair was turning pink, which you can't really tell in those pictures, but like apparently she was finding strands like underneath that were completely like pink, like an orange pink color. So she said her plan was to go in and take each individual strand of like orange or pinkish hair or whatever that color was and just bleach the shit out of it. And she was like, you might be pretty blonde for a while, but like whatever, we just need to get you back like somewhat looking how you originally planned. So they came and stripped and all of that and put so much different stuff on it. And that's where we are today, which, I mean, it's dark in here and it's already growing out because I went like a month ago. Which I don't know if it should grow that much. I just kind of went. But anyways, this is what it looked like right after I got it done. We got this here and like this, which is kind of like today, except now it's like grown out a little bit. So the moral of the story is don't go to a salon unless you go to one that's first off recommended, which is what I did, but see someone that's recommended or do research on the stylist because that was crazy. And it's the fact that I kept going back and it almost got worse every time until the end. So can't wait to get it like done in a month or two because it's still not how I originally like really wanted it, but I like it now, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't trust any stylists anymore, so I'm literally will fly to Florida to get it done. If you stayed the whole time, you're a real one, and if you're one of my best friends that are on my stories, then you've already known all of this, so feel free to skip.
First of all, you are lucky you still have hair. After all those, did you guys count 4 or 5 times that she went and got her hair done? And I'm wondering, why was it turning red? Was it something that she was using to wash her hair with? Could it have been her problem? Or is there something that, as a hairstylist, you guys may know went wrong with? Because I just wouldn't have went back. I wouldn't have went back and trusted. Anywho, I don't even have any words for that because you kept going back. You kept going back. I understand that you spent $300, but at this point, you've got like $7,000 worth of services. Because oh my gosh. Whew. Anywho, y'all, that's it. And that's all. I mean, have you guys experienced any of these horror stories or any horror stories for that matter? The moral of the story, in my opinion, is learn how to do your own hair. At least learn how to do it enough to where you can be dangerous and be like, you know what? If my appointment don't work out, if the hair coloring don't work out, I have a backup plan. At least enough for that, because I'm telling you, I have had my share of bad experiences with hairdressers and hair salons, or even being in the salon getting a hairstyle, and I was just like, you know, I'm done. So I'm not a hairdresser type person. I struggle through a mess of my own hair. But anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for coming back for another video. Make sure you're commenting, liking, and sharing. Be sure to share your experience. You know, if you had any of these horror story experiences, what went wrong, what went right, what could have been done better. Would you keep going? Would you keep going? Would you pay all your money? Because from my understanding, at least as a a professional myself, I make my clients pay at the end for the final amount. Would you hold back a certain amount? Are y'all gonna get into tussling with the people? I'm just curious. But anywho, y'all, as always, like I said, thank you for watching, and until the next video, guys. Bye.